Morning, this is Dylan Jovine from Behind the Markets. Happy Tuesday. Today is December 10th, and in a few hours away, we have our webinar about one of the most exciting opportunities that I've seen in a long time in the private markets. Very exciting. So if you haven't registered, I urge you to register now. That's at 1 o'clock Eastern time. What makes me so excited about today's company that we're talking about at 1 o'clock, that we're going to be revealing the details of, is that it's really well positioned at this historic time in our nation's history, specifically our military's history. And those of you who read the Wall Street Journal or who watched CNBC in the past few days, you've noticed that the United States Air Force had to make a major decision this week, basically whether to create another F-35, a sixth-generation fighter jet after the F-35, manned aircraft, or to push that decision to the Trump administration. And it decided to push that decision to the Trump administration, which I think was a great idea. Now, Elon Musk, to put pressure on the Air Force to do that, has come out in the past 2 weeks and said, don't create any more jets, manned fighter jets. We should not be spending $2 trillion, which is what the F-35 shockingly is costing now. We should not be spending $2 trillion on manned fighter planes anymore, the next generation after the F-35. What we should be doing is putting all that money into unmanned systems or drones. So what we expect to see, and one of Musk's quotes last week was, manned fighter jets are obsolete in the age of drones. That's one quote. Here's another quote. A reusable drone could do everything a fighter jet could do. So what you're seeing here is really almost like a government takeover, a takeover of the Pentagon by Silicon Valley, basically, Elon Musk, Palmer Luckey, the Palantir guys that are actually starting to try to take over this bureaucracy that has wasted trillions of dollars. And they're trying to modernize it as fast as possible with the latest technology and the latest software as possible. Because all of these people know that the winner of the next conflict is going to be based upon your ability to process the battlefield faster than your competitor, than your enemy. To process the battlefield faster than your enemy, you're going to need the fastest processors, and you're going to need to be able to send data between satellites, among satellites, between satellites and ships, between ships and fighter planes, whether they're manned or unmanned, back to home base, to the commanders. This is a distributed battlefield. That is where we are going, where there's dozens, hundreds, thousands of things all communicating with each other. Where, again, it's the drones communicating to the satellite. Satellite pushes back down to the other drones over there. Other drones over there push it to the ship that's over there. That information pushes it to the submarine under the water. Submarine pushes it up to the tanks. There are already tanks, armored vehicles, basically Marines, soldiers, army on the shore. So imagine the battlefield of the future. Imagine that Elon Musk, the Palantir guys, this Trump team, Palmer Luckey, they are coming in to fix the Pentagon. It's like the Committee to Save the Military, the Committee to Save the United States Armed Forces. They are pushing us to modernize our military, which has fallen dangerously behind. In this battlefield that they imagine, that I imagine, that is coming whether we like it or not. The speed at which you share that information among all these drones and submarines and Navy ships and people, the speed is largely based by how fast you're able to compress and move the data securely from point A to point B, from drone to ship to sub, etc. So what is so exciting about today's company is they're right in the middle of this. They are right in the middle of this. They do this already. They're winning contracts from the Department of Defense, the Air Force. They partner with NVIDIA, Intel, others. So these guys are right in the catbird seat. And what's really cool is it only costs $648 to get involved in this. And you might own a business that one of these large companies buys, or it goes public. It's just a very exciting and smart way to get right into the center of this fourth revolution in warfare, in the tools and the mechanisms that folks like Elon Musk want to put into place in our armed forces. this is a great way to get a seat at the table. Anyway, that's all I have. I will see you at 1 o'clock today.